Hey everybody, do you know I know today's a special day. Can anyone tell me what's special about today? It's something related to what you did in the morning. Okay. Good. Okay. Nicola.
Dutch Day.
Dutch Day. Okay. So what have we been learning this past few weeks? Okay. Hannah.
About New Amsterdam.
New Amsterdam. Okay. Good. Okay. Angelina, do you want to add to that?
The Dutch people use certain things to survive.
Okay, that's a good point. Madhav, do you want to? Schools. We learn
Sorry
schools.
for the interruption. There is
Nicola.
Barbara Salmon,
Hornbooks?
S-A-M-M-O-N.
Cool. Okay.
Barbara
All right.
Salmon.
So there is a very important word that we need to go over a little bit. Okay. So, does anyone know what this word means? Okay. Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, I know.
All right. Nicola, do you know? All right. It's okay. We can talk about it. All right. So, Angelina, do you want to explain?
Yeah, it's like a group of people or animals that live together.
Okay, that is one way to think about this word, okay? Does anyone want to add to that? Hannah, did you have an answer? Okay, Mara?
It's a land that's controlled by another person.
By another person, very close. Okay, so today, let's go over a little bit about colony, okay? So, a colony, all right, so...
Because I didn't know the word, I couldn't read it. I knew the word to say it.
Okay, do you want to talk about it now?
Yeah.
All right.
A colony is like a group of people. It's a whole group.
Okay, all right, let's go over this a little bit, okay? So a colony is actually a village or a town or an area or land. So it's not a person. Okay, it's not a person. It's a village or a town. Okay, so why do we call it a colony? All right, for example, okay, if this is country A, okay, and let's say country A has a king who lived there, and the king, do I have everyone's attention? Okay, the king wants to send people to a faraway place, okay, and when they get there, they occupy this place, okay? People occupy this place. So country A will send people to a faraway country and build a town or a city or an area, okay? And this place is called colony, okay? So colony is a town or a city or a place built by a country far away, okay? And the people who live in colony, do you know who they are called? What they are called? Anybody who has an idea? Okay, Mara?
The Dutch.
The Dutch. Do you want to add to that?
Somebody living in a colony in this on this island is also
Philadelphia, that was the name of the people who lived in New York City. Okay, so I understand everybody might be a little bit confused about colony and words like that, but today we're going to clear that, okay? So, Nicola? British, not exactly. Okay, so let's see. So the people who live in this colony are called colonists. Has anybody heard or seen this word before? Okay, Madhav? We've seen this word many times, right? Okay, so colonists are people who live in a colony. Okay, can we refresh our memory a little bit? What is a colony again? Hannah?
A colony is like a town, a city, or a place.
Okay, built by
People that came from another country.
Very good, okay? All right. Okay, so let's have a look at this word colonists. Okay, now we have a new. Okay, I want you to look very closely to this word, okay? All right, and I want you to pay attention to these letters, okay? All right, so colonists, okay, we just talked about colonists, okay? They are they people or things?
People.
People, okay? And this part of the word, okay, I-S-T, okay. In English, we call it a suffix, okay? A suffix is something you add at the end of a word, okay? And it usually means a person or a person who does something, okay? So IST, if you put it at the end of a word, it means what does it mean again? A person, okay? Or a person who does something. All right, so now, I know you're very smart, okay? I want you to use this theory and apply it to other words, okay? So if a colonist is somebody who lived in a colony, okay? What about this word? Okay, thumbs up if you know what this word means. Okay. Angelina?
Oh,
Right. Okay, thumbs up if you know what this means. Nicola, do you know? All right. Okay. Hannah. So what does this word mean?
artist means a person that does art.
Very good. Okay. And do you see the IST here?
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean again? If we put it at the end of a word, Angelina?
It means like it's like a person who belonged to something, like a colony or somebody that lives somewhere, or
Okay.
somebody that actually does something like art
Alright, cool.
or paint.
Okay. I like the latter part of what you said. Okay. Does anyone want to? Does anyone have a different who has a different opinion about what Angelina said? Mara? What is an artist?
Person who does the thing.
Okay. It's a person who does something, right? And
I did the same thing as him.
yeah, that's what you said. That's what I said. The latter part, the last part of what you said, it makes very good sense. Okay. All right. Now, I want you now to turn and talk to a partner and come up with one or two more words that has this pattern. Okay. So I want you to think of words that end with IST. Okay. I'll give you 30 seconds. Okay. Turn and talk to your partner.
Scientist? Geologist?
Can you think of another word?
One more word.
Okay.
We only have two words. Creatist?
I like how you are applying the theory to the words, but creatist, that's probably not a word. Okay.
Creator is a word.
What? Gymnast. Maybe.
Gymnast.
All right. Time's up. Okay. Who wants to share their answers? Okay. Nicola. Scientist. Okay. Okay. And what is the suffix here? What is the part that tells us it's a person? Okay, Mara?
It's a person who learned science.
Okay, so a scientist is a person who is who is an expert at science, okay? So, Hannah, do you have another word?
Oh, yes. It was really Mana's word, but I'm going to do it for him. Geologist.
Geologist, okay, that's a very good word, okay, geologist. Can you explain a little bit about what a geologist is?
I pretty much forget.
Okay, so a geologist is somebody who's very good at geography, right? Okay, an expert at geography. All right, I have a few words for you, and I want you to look at this and tell me, okay, what they mean. Okay, so. Does any, Angelina? Okay. All right, Hannah?
I know both of them.
All right, so can you just share one answer?
Okay. Cartoonist is someone who makes cartoons up.
Okay, so a cartoonist is somebody who is very good at drawing cartoons. Okay. All right. Angelina. Okay. Nicola.
I think the tortoise is like someone who brings people to tours.
Okay. So a tourist, okay, is actually somebody who travels to the city. Okay, who tours around the city. So a tourist is somebody who does that. Okay. All right. So that was very good for me. Physicist. Okay, that's good. Okay, so a physicist is somebody who is an expert at physics. Okay. All right. Okay. Next, let's talk a little bit about New Amsterdam. Okay, so New Amsterdam was a colony. Okay, so it was New Amsterdam traces back to 400 years ago. Okay, so back then New York City was not called New Amsterdam. Okay, it was not called New York City. All right, so let's have. Okay, so do you know who lived in New Amsterdam back then? Hannah?
The Dutch people.
The Dutch people? Okay, and where do they come from? Nicola? The Netherlands. Okay. All right, here's the fun part. I have a globe here, and I will give you 30 seconds. I want you to find where the Netherlands is, and also where New York City is. Okay. So.
I know the
Okay.
North.
All right. Here.
I know where the North Netherlands is because Netherlands are the. Oh, I know where they are, and I know where it is. It doesn't show it. It's North America.
Okay. Let me give you a hint. Okay. So, the Netherlands is somewhere here.
I can't see.
Here. Okay.
Oh, I think I know.
If you have found it, okay, you can raise your hand so that I know. If you haven't, you can keep looking.
I can't look. I'm squished over here.
All right, Hannah, do you want to find New York City?
Yeah.
If you'd already figured out where they are, think about how they traveled to New Amsterdam.
Oh, come on.
Okay. All right, I think that's all the time we have for now. Okay. Can anyone tell me where the Netherlands is?
Okay.
Okay. Angelina?
The Netherlands, I think they are right here.
Okay. Can anyone point to where the Netherlands is? There's actually words written on it. Okay. All right, look closely. Okay. Do you see this? Netherlands. We're looking at Netherlands.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
All right. So the people who come from the Netherlands, what are they called again?
The Dutch.
The Dutch, right? Okay. So they traveled all the way across the Atlantic Ocean and to the present day New York City. Okay. Was it called New York City back then? What was it called again? New Amsterdam.
But only
Okay.
Manhattan.
New Amsterdam.
Only Manhattan.
Okay. And they settle in where we live now, the Manhattan. All right. So who can spell out the Netherlands for me? Okay. Hannah.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Okay.
N-O-E-T-H-E-R. Netherlands are very small.
Yeah, it is a very small country. Okay. The Netherlands. Okay. I'm sorry about
France.
Angelina. Okay, can everybody read after me? The Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Okay, good job. All right. And the people who okay. And the people who live in the Netherlands, they're called
Dutch.
the Dutch, okay? Do you know what language they speak?
No.
The language they speak, Nicola? No. The language they speak is also called Dutch, okay? So the people who live here are called Dutch. Now let's focus on here, Angelina. Okay, and the language they speak is called Dutch, okay? All right, so
Dutch language, you mean?
we just call it Dutch. Yeah.
Because they call it Dutch?
So people who live in the Netherlands, they speak Dutch, and the language they speak is also called Dutch, okay? So, all right. This morning we made clocks and also tiles, okay? So I want to go over some vocabulary that's related to the houses that Dutch colonists lived in New Amsterdam, okay? All right, so who can tell me what's special about the roof, okay, in this picture? Okay, so the roof is covered with what? Straw or hay, or sometimes we use reeds, okay? Hannah, do you want to add to
No, I
that?
was going to say straw and hay.
Yeah, okay, so this is the straw part, right? Okay, so back in New Amsterdam, when the Dutch colonists first came to New Amsterdam, they lived in houses built with thatched roof, okay?
This actually looks real.
Yeah, it is a cool house. All right, okay. Can you say that? Thatched roof.
Thatched roof.
Thatched roof.
Thatched roof.
Okay, so thatched roof is just roof built or covered with what? Straw or hay or reeds, right? Okay, that was the earlier times, okay? All right, let's see more. Oh, I'm sorry. Technical problems. Have you seen any houses with thatched roof? Okay. It probably doesn't exist in New York City. Okay. If you go to the countryside, you might see that. Okay.
Can you
Closer? All right. So let's look at this house. Okay. Can you tell me what's special about the roof that we just talked about? Okay. Marav, do you have an answer? Let's look at the roof. Okay. What is it made of?
straw?
Yeah. Very good. Okay. So this house also has what? Thatched roof. Okay. All right. And we just talked about a thatched roof. Okay, is a roof covered or made of straw or hay or reed. Okay. And they're usually dry. Okay. So they're made of dry straw or reed. All right. This is a man.
Making it?
Yeah, building a thatched roof. Okay. All right. Okay. Another feature or something special about the houses in New Amsterdam is that later on, they are starting to build houses with tiles. Okay. Thumbs up if you know what tiles are. Okay. All right, Angelina.
They are like a little bit like the Death Tiles, but they're not exactly this. They're kind of rocks.
That's a very good share. Very good share.
And like they can stick together with mud and
Good point. Okay, does anyone want to add to that? Hannah?
I just want to say two things.
Is it related to tiles? Okay.
Sometimes in today we use tiles, but they make one big thing. And in the subway, they use tiles to make one big thing to tell you where you are.
In the subway, they use tiles. Oh, you mean like on the walls? That's a very good observation.
Like if you show the zoo, they're gonna show animals.
They write, like they built words into the walls using tiles, right? That's a very good point. Okay, Nicole. Let's hear it.
Oh, they're kind of like delf tiles, but these tiles are like metal, and those are not, and these are plain, and the delf tiles are blue.
Okay, that's a very good point. Okay, Madhav, do you have anything to say? All right, so you guys have a very good idea what tiles are. Okay, can we see any tiles here right now?
Yes.
Point. Here, right? These are tiles. Okay, so a tile or tiles are, a tile is a flat piece of clay. Usually, you know clay. Remember we went on a school trip and we used clay to make pots.
And rocks.
Yeah. So they're when they're dry, they're pretty much like rock. Okay, feels like rock. Okay. So
Today is March 28th,
okay, let's see more
2014, and it is
tiles.
currently 52 degrees
So
outside. We will be having
after people built straw houses, houses with thatched roof, they started to use like bricks and tiles to make their houses. Okay, so these are materials that you might use to build houses.
There are no games today for the Chargers.
Okay.
Recycling fact of the day. Producing recycled paper.
They come in different shapes and colors. You know, like they have different
Yeah,
shapes.
it is one big tile, but you don't see these little lines.
Okay, now let's move on. Right. Just now I heard at least two of you, talk about deft tiles. Deft tiles. I heard from you and I heard from Angelina. Okay. What is a deft tile, or what are Delft tiles? I want to hear from somebody who hasn't spoken for a while.
Oh.
Mata.
A tile with pictures.
A tile with pictures? Okay, with a picture. Hannah, do you want to add to that?
It tells them sometimes what they're afraid of.
It tells like a story, you know, what they're afraid of. Good, okay. Angelina?
It can sometimes just be like different colors, like rainbow, or the color can represent like the green, or a little bit like this.
Okay. I think we can. There's a very important feature, very important characteristic about Delft tiles. It's about their color. Can anyone tell me what the color, like what colors are usually on the Delft tiles? Okay, Nicole. Blue. Anything else? Meta?
White.
White. Okay. All right. So, do you want to see some pictures?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are Delft tiles. Okay. They're usually in black. I mean in blue and white. Okay. Do you know why they're called Delft tiles? I mean they're just tiles, right? Why do we have to call them Delft tiles? Hannah.
Because they're made from the Dutch, and it's kind of like Dutch tile.
That's a very good point. You know what? Listen carefully. The reason they're called Delft tiles are because they're originally, like in the beginning, they were made in a place, in a city called Delft. Okay, it's a city in the Netherlands. Okay, that's why they get their name. They get the name Delft. Okay, all right. So, okay, all right. Delft tiles. Okay.
Delft tile.
Okay. All right. So, do you know why people in New Amsterdam decorate their house using tiles from the Netherlands? Like, why do they, bring all these things from the Netherlands to their new town? You know why? Okay. If not, Hannah?
Because so they could feel like they're in the Netherlands.
Exactly. I love that. I love your point of
And then
view.
they think like, oh, I feel like I'm in the Netherlands.
That's a really good point. Okay. Angelina?
It might help them remember the thing that they had in their lives in the Netherlands.
That's a very good point. Okay. All right. So, if you leave your country, right? If you leave your country to live in a new place, okay? Of course, you're gonna be a little bit sad and you will miss the things from your hometown, right? Okay, so usually you bring things with you to remind you of your hometown, right? Has anyone heard of the word remind? The phrase remind of? Okay, all right. Okay, Hannah?
So it's like, so it's like if you're moving and you're gonna miss your old stuff, your old toys. You could bring your toys from your old house.
So that the toy that you bring will remind you of your old home, right? So, for example, does anyone know where I'm from? Nicola. Korea. I'm from China. Okay, so I left home 2 years ago. Okay, but I always carry this picture with me. Okay, this is a picture of my hometown. This is a picture of my hometown. I always carry this picture with me. Why? Why do I carry this picture with me? Okay, Angelina.
To remind you of all these places.
Exactly, to remind me of my hometown, right? To make me think of my hometown, okay? So remind somebody of something means to make somebody think of something, okay? All right, so right now what I want you to do is, we've learned a lot of words today, right? Like what words did we go over today? Okay, let's share, okay? What's the first word that we went over? Hannah.
IST.
Is that a word or is that part of a word?
Oh, part of the word.
Okay, all right. What word did we learn with IST at the end? Mata?
Colony.
Colonists. Okay, colonists. And, okay, Angelina, what other words?
Artist and what is the word that I say? I forgot.
Okay, that's fine. You can come back. I can come back to you.
I know about
All right. Okay. Let's go over the keywords that we learned today. Okay. The first word is colony. Okay. Colony. What is the second word? Nicola. Colonists. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Remember the country? Hannah?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands. Okay. The Netherlands. Okay. What are the people called? What are the people who live there called?
Dutch.
Dutch. Okay, so there's Dutch. Okay. Anything else? Remember the roof that we saw? What is that called again? What is special about that roof? What's that roof called? Hannah.
Because it's made out of hay.
Okay, it is called a
That roof.
thatched roof. Okay, can we go back to that? I'm gonna, when we work on our graphic organizer, I will write down all the words on the board, okay? All right, so we saw thatched roof, okay? And what is this?
Tile.
Tiles, okay? And the blue and white ones, what are they called? Delft tiles, okay? And what is the last phrase that we learned? This picture, not of. Remind of, okay? So what we're going to do right now is a very fun activity, okay? Angie? Okay, all right. We learned many words today, and now we're gonna do a very fun activity, okay? I want you to make a graphic organizer like this, okay? So in the center of the word, in the center of this piece of paper, you're gonna write one word from the list of words we learned today, okay? And then you're going to explain what it is, okay? So you're going to give the word a definition, your understanding of the word, okay? For example, the word this is a word we learned from before, right? Okay, we're not writing this one right now. Okay, we're going to write about a word we learned today. All right, so a hornbook. So what is it? What is a hornbook? Okay, Nicola.
It's a book.
It's a book of which the cover is made of animal horns. Okay, that's a very good definition. Okay, all right. So I wrote with my understanding on it. Okay, so a hornbook is a wooden frame with an animal horn cover. It is used to protect reading material in New Amsterdam. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So what is it not? It is definitely not something. Hannah.
It's not a computer.
It's not a computer. Did you see what I wrote?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a computer. What else is it not? Angelina.
It's not a video game.
Good. It's not a video game, okay? Mara.
It's not a mirror.
It's not a mirror, yeah, okay. All right, so you have to write down what it is not, okay? So you're not confusing it with something else. Okay. So, and later you have to give an example, okay? You have to use the word in a sentence, okay? To prove to me that you know the word.
Then why didn't you write? It is not a computer.
You can write that. You can write that, okay? I was
up
lazy.
there, Rosario.
All right. Okay. So who can give me an example of a hornbook in a sentence? Nicola. Okay. Children in New Amsterdam read hornbooks. Okay, that's very good. All right. So I'm gonna write a sentence with the word in it. Okay. All right. The last part, what it looks like. What do you have to do here? Meta. You can draw a picture. You can draw a picture with a few things in it if you want. Anything that can help, any visual, any pictures that can help you remember what this word means. Okay? All right. So this is what I think. Okay. This is what I think a hornbook looks like. All right. So is everybody clear about what we're going to do? Okay. Thumbs up if you know what you're going to do. Angelina, do you have a question? Are you all clear? Okay.
I think you should add a little bit more to the example because we might not really understand what you mean about it.
Exactly. So that's a good point. Here I said examples. Okay, so feel free to add 2 or 3, as many as you can fill out here. You don't have to. The minimum you have to at least have 1. Okay. All right. So you have some freedom to do what you want to do here. All right. Okay. Okay. Right now I'm gonna give you this. Each and every one of you will get this. Okay. The first word that we're going to do is thatched roof. Okay. I'm gonna write this. All right. Here are the markers. All right. Do you want to come back to it after lunch? Wrap up. It's a good spot to wrap up.
I'm just gonna write my name on it.
Okay, we'll come back to this. All right. You guys go to lunch right now. Okay. All right, Angelina, we're going to lunch right now. Thanks.